Good morning, everyone. Ethan Stuber here with Stuber Weather Forecast. I wanted to bring you a quick update. Just talking about the severe weather chances today and into tomorrow. We do see a stronger risk up to our north, but still something to keep an eye on around here. Let's show that for you right now. Up on your screen, we do have the day one severe weather outlook. Again, a large portion of northern and central Illinois is under that enhanced risk. It's going to be primarily a wind threat today. If we turn on the damaging wind probability, notice everyone in that red is that 30% enhanced risk for some damaging wind. I'll show you that on future radar in a minute. With the hatched line, with this white kind of dashed hatched line being anyone with the chance of some significant damaging winds, which is, I believe, anything over 70 to 80 miles per hour. So there could be some significant wind storms today up to our north. Those will kind of decay a little bit as they come towards our neck of the woods, but still something to be aware of. Notice the very southern or very northern counties of our viewing area, northern Coles County and Edgar County, are in that slight risk for severe weather today. As the storms continue to the south and we see some storms redevelop tomorrow, we do have a marginal risk across the area. This could be upgraded to a slight risk either later today or tomorrow. We'll just have to see as we go later on in time how that will pan out. Damaging wind threat looks to be the biggest threat tomorrow. That's what's driving that marginal risk right now, although the storms look to fire a little bit later in the day and not quite as robustly as the storms will this afternoon. So let's show you that on future radar. First up, the Colorado State University models. Notice biggest threat for today is that damaging wind threat up to our north. Again, all this is mainly up to our north, with tomorrow indicating that slight risk, maybe an enhanced risk in some of our eastern counties. So we'll keep tabs on that as far as we go into the day tomorrow. Let's time this out for you on future radar. We're going to back this up. Let's see. We'll start this at 10 o'clock this morning. Notice everything's clear. It's going to be a hot and muggy day. Highs in the mid to upper 90s with heat index values pushing 105 to 110. So stay safe out there if you were outside today. As we go later on into the afternoon and evening hours, notice here is about 6 p.m. Those storms have started to fire in northwestern Illinois. Those are going to move east and then drop to the south. We'll see that as we go into the later hours on future radar. I see a large complex of storms. Whenever you see this bowing kind of motion on radar or simulated radar, that usually indicates more of a damaging wind threat, and that was indicated by the Storm Prediction Center's severe weather outlooks for today. This is about 9 p.m. tonight. The storms are still well off to our north. Those move off to the south and to the east, and another complex starts to redevelop in central Illinois. That's what we're going to have to watch. This is now 2 a.m. this morning, maybe getting into our northern counties, especially along north of I-70. Those storms will sink to the south as we go later on into the early morning hours tomorrow. This is now, about 4 a.m. Yeah, about 6 a.m. rather. Storms starting to move through the heart of our area, heart of the coverage area. Storms will continue to increase throughout the day. If we do see those storms, that'll help kind of keep the instability down a little bit, which will help with the overall severity of the storms tomorrow's afternoon. So we'll keep tabs on that. If we can keep those storms around for a little bit longer tomorrow in the morning, that will again hamper that instability that the storms have for tomorrow afternoon. Continuing on future radar, here's now 6 p.m. Notice everything looks clear. Rain's moved out of the way. As we get closer to the evening and overnight hours, notice this complex of storms that is fired up, or is simulated radar showing to fire up near St. Louis. That's what we're going to have to watch as it will move east and just to our south. This is about 10 p.m. as those storms begin to fire. And as we get to about midnight, notice a large complex of storms. This may be where there's some more damaging wind and severe weather potential. It indicates right now it'll stay just off to our south, maybe clipping some of our southern counties. We'll keep tabs on that, of course, as we go into the day tomorrow. And that pushes through the area with some lingering showers and maybe a couple rumbles of thunder for the day on Wednesday. Right now, instability for these storms doesn't look incredibly high as we saw, back in April, May, and June. But we do see some strong instability for this time of year nonetheless. This is for as the storms are coming through the first wave, coming through early tomorrow morning, anywhere between about 1,000 and about 1,200 joules per kilogram of energy. So not a lot of energy, but enough to keep those storms going a little bit. And as those storms are moving through Tuesday night, tomorrow night, we do see a little bit more instability above that 2,000 joules per kilogram. This is why I think we will see some severe weather potential on Tuesday, depending upon how much rain and how many thunderstorms stick around through the morning hours is really going to drive how much instability is left. This model right now is indicating we do see some instability along Route 50 and points south of there, so we'll have to watch that as we go into the day tomorrow. Last thing I'll leave you with is the ensemble rainfall forecast through Wednesday evening at about 7 p.m. Notice everyone's these numbers are up a little bit from yesterday, so trending towards that 1 inch amount for most of us across the area. I know we got a lot of rain already. We could use just a little bit more, so this is a nice welcome sight to see. Again, after Wednesday, that rain turns off for a couple days. We see some nice cooler weather coming in, highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s. The humidity drops down significantly as we go into the later part of this week and on into the weekend. So again, severe weather for today stays off to our north. We may see some of it in the very early morning hours of tomorrow. Tomorrow, everyone's in a marginal risk. This may be upgraded to a slight risk by later tonight or tomorrow. We'll just have to see. Stay tuned for updates on that, and I will pass that along as we get them.